welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues, where the playoffs are now the semifinals. And joining me in the booth today, I got Mallow. Mallow, how you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm doing good, man. Just had a couple of cups of coffee to start with because I know it's going to be a long and very exciting night. So I got to keep myself awake. You and I think we're going to be pretty busy tonight, but we got a very exciting matchup to start with in the Titan League. I can't wait to get started.
Titan League right off the bat is always a fun one. Yeah, a little busy night. You got 5 whole semifinal games, but they need to be done. They need to be played, and they will be streamed. They need to be casted. So I'm excited to get these underway. But just taking a little look at both of these teams, honestly, this Inferno team who was the 1 seed, with JP, Pizza, and Prev just kind of like running it all. I will say, Titan League as a whole was really close. But this Inferno team was literally just a step above the rest. So they're gonna be a fun one to watch. However, I think I'm looking at this Venganza team and I'm seeing Brandon and Rockiers, who we've seen in the Titan League the past couple of seasons make finals, win the championships, just kind of do it all. And so it's kind of hard to bet against a team like that, even though they're only the 4 seed.
Yeah, are they the 4 seed or are they the 6 seed?
Oh, sorry, yeah, they're the 6 seed. Yeah, my bad.
Oh, okay. You about had me scared there because I typed 6 seed everywhere.
No, man.
Yeah, no, they are, and unfortunately, we didn't get to watch them play last week because they got a forfeit win against I don't quite remember who the team was, but they weren't. We didn't get a chance to see them last week, so here they are in the semifinals. Here, they're going to be able to um, play against a really good team, and really across the board. Flip, there's I believe at least 2 players on each team that are in the top 15 in the player rating in the Titan League.
Yeah, and I mean that's no surprise. Both these teams have two really standout players. Um, Obviously Rockiers and Brandon on Venganza, JP and Pizza on Inferno. So that third man, sometimes that third man Mallow, it's about who makes like the least amount of mistakes or who can step up in that clutch moment for that third man. And honestly, I'm not sure who Venganza is gonna play because I think Tashega and Sim both pretty similar. I think Tashega is honestly that kind of player that you want in the playoffs. He always just has the ice, to be honest. So that's the kind of player that you want to see. Prev also going to be a really solid player on the pitch. So I want to see which third man can kind of step up the most, but at the same time, you're going to be seeing all 4 of those high 2K MMR players. They're always going to be making plays, making something happen on the pitch. So either way, it's going to be a kind of a fist fight. That's how I see this matchup going. Like gloves are coming off, they are just going full hands. Whoever comes out on top, honestly, in my opinion, that's gonna be my pick to win it all. They are just looking. Both these teams are just looking that good. So, I'm gonna take Venganza just because I know Rocky Ayers can just be that dude. And I trust Brandon as well. I'm gonna take Venganza. They did sweep the Spartans in the quarterfinals, if that's what you want to call them. So they kind of had that momentum, and I think they're gonna ride that into this matchup here.
That's not a bad choice for sure. You got Brandon, who's the number one Titan player rated overall. That was one of the 2 on Venganza that is in that top 15 that we take a look at. And then the thing is, you got on the opposite side though, you got Pizza and JP who are also on that top 15. Pizza having the most goals in Titan League at 47, I believe is the count, but having the highest or the most number of goals. I mean, Brandon's not too far behind at 39, but having the highest scores per game with Brandon and Pizza, both of them opposite sides there, roughly around 450 apiece. Um, they're heavily involved, and I'd like both of these teams. The problem is, and actually we can kind of see who's going to be on the Venganza side now as the third um, flip as we see them start to roll in a little bit. But to me, it's tough to say who will win. it's going to be. I think it's going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes, right? Because this is Titan League. This is the cream of the crop, if you will. And any mistake and it's taking advantage of is one that you're going to wish you want to have back.
Oh yeah, nah, that's a mistake like this. In this kind of like situation, in this kind of game, you'll remember it for a little bit, for sure. So definitely want to see who can clutch up the most. And we have all of Venganza here. I know JP went back to training. Not to get iced out a little bit. So this Inferno team should be joining the lobby pretty quickly, and we should be able to get our game number one, our first semifinal in season 11 underway here. I haven't Venganza. Did Mallow? Did he say who you're going for? Cause I give me a prediction, Mallow. Who you taking?
Oh man, see, I didn't. I was hoping you wouldn't catch that, but you know, this Inferno team, they are a #1 seed for a reason. I'm gonna have to go with them, but I think it's gonna be 4-2 Inferno.
I'm thinking 4-2 the other way, but we'll have to see. Pizza getting a long clear there. Rockiers taking the time on that one. GD already up in the air, but Tashega meeting that ball early. JP and Pizza trying to make some magic happen here, but Brandon to the back wall. The one up for it, though, is GD as JP is trying to receive that pass from him. Rockiers stops that ball in midair as Pizza's able to get a touch for the clear, but that ball is still on this Inferno half. No touch here from GD. Brandon putting that ball up high as Pizza able to clear that one long. Minute into this game, Rockiers. First real shot of the game there. Not gonna be a tough one, but Brandon trying to get another one going as Rockiers tries to snipe the corner. The shooting is there, but the defense from Inferno's holding on, but not for much longer. Brandon putting it away just under a minute through this game.
Yeah, that was good pressure there by the Venganza team, and Brandon able to cut quickly on that to get that towards the center and actually knock it over to defense. And the Inferno defense there looked a little panicky there. So we'll see if they maybe calm that down a little bit here as we go further into game one.
Yeah, they might be called Inferno, but right now Venganza are the hot ones as another shot coming through from Rocky Airs as Tashega now looking for a pass to the midfield, not going to go through. Pizza putting that one over to Brandon. JP doesn't have a lot of boost, and neither does Pizza. This Inferno team can't get anything cooking with 0 boost on their cars, but Pizza's still keeping that ball out of pressure just a little bit longer. JP puts that one mid. GD, who is Grandeur, gonna get a nice 50 in the midfield. JP now trying to get a pass towards the midfield. It's only going as far as Brandon, though, but that 50 in the hands of Pizza. That's a good touch, though, from Brandon. Tashega keeping this ball in play. Pops it up high. Waits for JP's touches. Gets a demo as well. Rocky Air has no boost to work with. The other team doesn't know that. Brandon. Shot goes high. JP has 0 boost. If that's on target, that's a goal. But instead, it's still 1-0 here in favor of Venganza. How much longer? A little bit longer as Rocky is able to save that one away, but this Inferno's team looking to bounce back a little bit, although that was a really good opportunity there, Mallow, and Venganza might be kicking themselves for that one.
Yeah, they might, but there's plenty of time on this game one here for both teams to continue offensive pressure, try to get some goals in. So we'll definitely see some more opportunities by Venganza here. But if you're Inferno right now, you want to try and get a score here rather soon, because otherwise you're going to make it much tougher for you later on in this game one.
That's what Pizza's looking to do right there with the long clear. That one's just going to be wide. GD now trying to get a touch towards the midfield, but nobody's there. JP putting that one back off the backboard. Rocky Air clears it to the corner. GD is there. Pizza putting that one up high. JP with the shot, but Rocky Ears pre-jumps it with the save. Team passing play couldn't get past the Venganza defense. Tashega doesn't get a touch, but Grandeur pops that one up high. Rocky Ears touch, a little control, nice 50 there as that ball bouncing dangerously in the Inferno half. JP has to race back. Brandon gets a pass over to Tashega. Tashega shot high and wide, but it's still over to Rocky Airs. Now Brandon doesn't get a touch on the ball, and I've seen a more free net in Novice League before, but that's about it, because that one absolutely free there, and Inferno takes that one, tying the game up.
Oh man, I was super nervous there because I'm like, oh man, don't mess this up, don't mess this up. I'm already in the head of the Titan players there on Inferno because I know that it can be easy to mess those up, and luckily they were able to follow through. But hey, that's why they're Titan. They don't mess up like I would in Novice, just as you mentioned, being wide open as it was. But you know, one thing I want to mention real quick, Flip, is the fact that Inferno is one of 4 out of the 5 teams the the smooth buff org uh, that is playing tonight. I think the only one that isn't playing is the Flames, which I know, or the Flame team, which I know Smooth doesn't want to talk about. But what's your take on seeing 4 teams from one org playing tonight?
Hey, Smooth, absolute go-to GM, and his teams, they're performing for good reason. He knows how to pick players, and he knows, he trusts his players. And that's kind of the most important thing. He lets them cook, and it got him this far. So that is pretty, unbelievable. 4 teams in the semis is always really impressive. Now, can they make the finals? That's the real question. Because making the semis is great, but Mallow, if you don't win it all, what does it even matter? But we have a tied game here, a double commit from Brandon and Rockiers, but Rockiers is still able to get back to it. He said, I can go once, but I can also go again. And with 11 seconds left, Venganza take a lead.
Oh man, that touch there by JP, sending that to the side, kind of basically clearing it from his own teammates there. Just unfortunate on that 50, and Rockiers able to capitalize in 10 seconds, and oh, GT there, unable to get it. But hold up, we're not completely done yet. Oh, I think we are now. As Rockiers gets one for the road, and Venganza taking this game 1.
Venganza looked really strong throughout this whole game, Mallow, but, just an icing on the cake is Rockiers getting another goal. They outshot Inferno 9-4. Kind of the story of this game. It felt like Venganza had a lot more pressure, a lot more opportunities, which were a lot more threatening in general. I also think that I saw Rockiers and Brandon going for a lot more passes. They still had the mechanics to pull off these cool plays, but it was a lot less selfish play. Inferno, I didn't see a whole lot of offense in general, let alone passes. But if they're able to get that offense rolling, they're definitely able to compete. But this game just weren't able to get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's game 1. Sometimes it's jitters. Maybe it's still a little bit of warm up. I know a lot of teams like to kind of use game 1 as a way of gauging how the opponents are going to play. And so you'll see that a lot, where game 1, one team may just play a little less off than they usually do. But we'll see if that's the case here in this game 2 as we start here. Rockiers with a nice little clear. GT able to catch it though.
Yeah, game 1, it's a warm-up game. Every game's a warm-up game for me. I'm never warmed up, it feels like. As now these Titan players, they're seeming a little bit warmed up as Inferno looking to strike here. Not going to happen there, and a good lead there from Tashega. Brandon puts it off the backboard, going for another one. But instead, that ball gets 50 by Pizza. Rockiers with the flip reset. Gets 50 by JD, or GD. As now Tashega with the shot. Kind of a weak one, but that ball's rolling out to Rockiers, and you cannot give this kid time. Oh, he's going to fake it one. Now he has still some boost. Trying to go for another, but Pizza with a nice 50 to the corner. Tashega off the corner. Gets a double. That ball is going to bounce out. As now Inferno looking to make some headspace in the Venganza half, but not for long. Tashega's long clear, though. Pizza's going to have a nice touch. Trying to get a follow. Brandon's going to beat him to it. Brandon to the side. Well, Tashega not a lot of boost. Has to just hit that one. He gets a little help from, I believe that was GD, as Pizza's touch is not good, as JP has to follow it. Still, Rockiers able to make a good connection on that 50. Tashega, long clear. Pizza meets him off the ceiling. Brandon with a beat, but JP's already there. A good demo. Rockiers sitting, last man back, but a lot less action as a whole from this Venganza team. It's been a lot of Inferno in the Venganza half so far, as now they're looking for another pass downfield. Pizza over to GD. Ooh. GD with the shots. Rockiers once again with the save. He has been a rock so far on that defensive line, Mallow.
Yeah, he was ready for that. It was a good pass, good setup. Just no way to disrupt it. And I did like the demo that I saw come out of Inferno earlier. I was wondering when that might start coming into play here, as Tashega does it on the other side as Rockiers almost gets a dunk, but not there. Brandon able to deflect that one. And yeah, the bumps and demos, I think those are going to have to pick up. Otherwise, you're just going to give these Titan players free reign, and you don't want that.
Already seeing the adaptation come out. We started seeing some bumps, and then I saw Rockiers pre-jump over the bump on that last challenge. So these teams, they adapt so quickly. Brandon trying to adapt for a shot. Not going to happen there. He tried to turn his card, but not able to get there in time. Tashega with a nice pass mid. GD, though, realizing that there's no threat. These Rockiers get absolutely launched, but Brandon was already there. Tashega puts it back out mid, only for Pizza to be the one to collect it. Brandon's touch not going to come through, but Rockiers, the savior himself, able to get that one. Tashega with a good 50. That ball to the corner, but Pizza with the shot. That shot's going to go through, and you can't leave your net open, or this man will put it away.
Yeah, I saw someone leave the goal there. Brandon, I think he was trying to catch up to that, but just didn't have any boost to be able to do anything with it. And Pizza taking advantage of a wide open goal, and that's just what we were talking about there, Flip. All of these mistakes we're seeing, they're getting capitalized on, which is, if you're a player for the team that's happening with, that's what you want to see. But if you're on the opposite side, which, oh my goodness, what a pass there by Tashega, and Brandon answering back quickly.
Yeah, Tashega got a nice pinch, but Brandon, he just kind of played JP's miss. He said, bro, this ball is going about 1,000,000 miles an hour, and there's no way you're hitting that one. And Brandon was ready for it. Being able to just tap it in, gets the bounce shot to the top right corner. Definitely not a very easy save for that Inferno's team, but that's not a goal that you're going to come by very frequently. That was a kind of a lucky pinch. If you're Venganza, you're happy to tie it up, but you want a goal that you can try to score again. Maybe something early here. They want to put a lead here in this game, but not going to happen there, as a good pass out from Inferno allows them to break out of their own half, as Rockiers now with some solo play potential. We know how dangerous he can be. A good 50, that ball pops up high. Brandon, first one there to the backboard. Brandon not going to go through, and Pizza with 0 boost. Fakes out to Tashega and goes low, but now Pizza has 100 boost, and this man is dangerous. Rockiers gets faked. Tashega is forced to own goal, and Pizza is putting on a clinic here in the game number 2.
Oh man, I think JP was going for a bump there on Rockiers, so Rockiers kind of just had to throw himself towards the goal and basically got himself out of position, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier with the bumps and demos. Just trying to even go for it in this league is sometimes enough, and Inferno here up late in this game with about 1:10 remaining.
1:10 remaining. Inferno, they've had a lot more offense this game than last. Venganza's offense feels kind of flat. They've had a couple good chances, but nothing that's great. Only 3 shots to their name this game. Now they're looking for another one to tie this one up. GD's save goes to the corner. Tashega's touch, not a good one, as GD's able to follow it up. Brandon had that one pre-jumped, but he didn't actually have the read. Instead, Pizza is going to have to read that one off the backboard. As Rockiers' touch goes back to the midfield. Tashega, it's over his head, and Pizza says, I will take that, thank you very much. Another open net for this man, and he's not missing those.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. Tashega just barely out of reach, and Pizza in position to take advantage of the missed, I guess, lack of mistouch there. Just getting into position. Inferno up 3-1 late in this one, and we're getting close to where we might be tied up on this game number 2 after this series, 1-1, maybe.
You know, I know you're not trying to cast your curse at Mallow, but it might be too late. It might be too late. You might have already done the work, but no, it looks like these guys are pretty comfortable. 10 seconds remaining. Inferno, they're feeling not too worried about this game number 2 here. Mallow, it was a best of 7. It has now become a best of 5. The next one to win 3 games will win the series. Inferno gonna win game number 2 here pretty convincingly. Kind of a complete flip from last game. It felt like Inferno were the ones putting on the pressure, finding those passes, finding the long clears that became passes to each other. It just looked very clean. but most importantly, I feel like they just capitalized on these Venganza mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. And the amount of shots that was by the Inferno team there, 6 shots to the 4 shots that Venganza had. The mistakes there definitely cost Venganza, but at the same time, uh, Venganza's defense wasn't too bad. It was just the mistakes, and that, as we saw there, can hurt you quite a bit, especially in the Titan League here. Um, I do like what Venganza was doing prior to the mistakes happening there, but unfortunately, the mistakes is what cost them there. And what I mean by that is Venganza was going for those bumps and demos to start with, and then that's why Inferno had to start going for him to try and knock them out of the way. So we're going to see that as we go forward from both teams here. But Venganza, they just need to make less mistakes now. Otherwise, it's going to be a long series for them.
Yeah, and now Venganza gotta be the ones to answer. Like you said, Rockiers trying to make that happen early. That's gonna be an open net. Brandon, he's gonna get there. No, Pizza. Not gonna let those easy ones go by that fast, at least, as we're only 15 seconds into this game, and Venganza already smelling blood in the water. Rockiers, though, has to put that one over to Tashega. Tashega pops that ball high, but GD with a great challenge as Pizza now has a little bit of time on the ball in the air, but he doesn't get the touch as Brandon's touch. She's going to go straight to Rockiers, and JP might have overcommitted. No, he's able to get back to that one. A good pass there from Rockiers to Tashega, but still, this defense from Inferno is just holding on strong. Brandon's shot just hitting the post. That angle was very tight, but it was still a scoreable shot for him. However, not going to go through. A minute in already. Already seeing more action here for Venganza. Brandon has a flip reset. Not going to take it. The fake is sometimes even deadlier than the flip reset itself. And that time proves true. Brandon leading this game early here, 1-0.
Oh man, that's tough right there. The mind games are real, and Venganza getting up early in this one, and I thought Pizza was about to score there, and these demos hot and heavy from Venganza early here, and that's exactly. Well, oh my goodness, JP answering quickly with that flip reset, and wow, what a shot.
Oh man, I think my mic peaked. I don't think you could have heard me, but I was freaking out. JP, he caught that ball. He got the first flip reset. I saw him. I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody's up for this ball. He knows what he's doing with this one, and able to get the flip reset all the way around to the back post as well. It was just absolute beauty. But is it going to be an early goal here? No, Tashega. I don't know if it wasn't enough faith that Rockiers was getting him that ball, or just maybe just a little mispositioned. Either way, still 1-1 here. Brandon gonna take this one. GD says not for long. Pizza's gonna take that one. Brandon says not for long as Rockiers is able to get that one, but no boost left. Not able to get the 50 on the redirect, but JD or GD. Too many letters. JP, GD, Pizza. I mean, like, there's just too many letters. You know what I'm saying? But Brandon still looking for those passes. As Tashega saw that pass, but couldn't get to it in time. Good 50 though, as Rockiers couldn't get to that ball. Brandon gets baited in, and the ball pops right over his head. That pop from Rockiers though gives him time on the ball. Pizza says not for long. I'm on that one. Rockiers gets the flip reset to Tashega with the shot. That one's gonna go wide. That ball pops up high though. Brandon gets beat out by JP. Pizza, long clear. Rockiers is already downfield though, and a demo from GD is gonna make him a little bit out of position. Has to clear that one to the sidewall. Brandon's touch, not a great one. Goes for the demo instead. Rockiers cuts it inside. Tashega pops it high. Tashega going for the fake.
Oh my goodness.
Where did everybody go? JP barely able to make it back in time. And Mallow, Venganza thought they had a goal there, but Inferno's defense somehow keeps them alive.
Oh my goodness, the bumps and demos from Venganza was trying to clear that ball right into the goal with the slow play by Tashega. Great job by him. Oh my goodness, it's just in. Okay. I thought that was going to hit the crossbar or bounce out or something, but no. Pizza just knocks it right in after Rockiers sends it to the side, wasn't able to get that second touch, and Pizza able to send it back in, getting the lead for this Inferno team, and that that attempted goal with Tashega, that was an incredible sequence.
I can't believe that was not a goal for Venganza. This one
Hold up.
could be. Rockiers hits the post! And LK, type in chat right now because I know you're screaming. That man definitely thought there was a goal right there, but not going to go through. Rockiers, good 50. Pizza already up in the air. Pizza, don't do it to him. Pizza with the double tap. Give this man MVP. This man is on fire.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. I'm actually kind of speechless, but Pizza here doing absolute work and showing why he was scoring most of the goals this season in Titan, because he's already got 2 in this game here, and this Inferno team, they're starting to go on all cylinders now.
Yeah, Inferno might not be able to be stopped. All right, Pizza didn't score this one, but instead it's JP setting up GD with a great dunk on Rockiers. Rockiers has been so good on the defensive end, Mallow, but not good enough this game. It's 4-1. Inferno have taken a firm grasp of this game, but the most impressive part is they only have 4 shots, and they are 100% shooting. This defense from Venganza just is not good enough right now, Mallow.
Yeah, it is, and it's the offensive pressure by this Inferno team has been too much this game here, and game 2 as well, really. But hold up, Tashega sneaking one in there. I don't know how he managed to do that, but that pass there by Brandon, sending that ball out, Tashega able to get there and sneak it in past Pizza and JP.
Yeah, just a really good shot there from Tashega, but honestly, it was the pass that made the whole difference. Put everybody on Inferno out of position with that pass there. Well done there from Brandon. Pizza saying, okay, I'll have another free shot. Thank you very much. Rockiers finally able to stop one, get one save. Tashega's touch is going to get met by GD. JP, though, able to follow it up. Rockiers, that touch, not a great one. Still able to stay on it. Get it past another. Brandon, one fake. Gets... Oh, he went for the fake into the scoop. But no height on that touch. But Pizza looking for a pass, but JP was already up. JP already up for that challenge as well, off the ceiling. Brandon gonna look for a pass to Rockiers. Rockiers to the backboard. JP says, I'm already there. Tashega to the sidewall. JP couldn't make contact. Rockiers can. Rockiers to the corner. Pizza's there waiting. Wasting more time. Every second gone is a second in favor of Inferno. 20 seconds remaining now. JP to the corner. Pizza pops that one up high. Wasting more time. Rockiers to the ceiling. Rockiers, it didn't hit the ceiling. Pizza didn't get the read. Tashega puts it away. And we are not done yet.
No, we're not. Venganza just will not give up, and that is the attitude you need to have in the semifinals now, because you are, one series away from going home and not winning a chip. And if you're Venganza, you want to win this back-to-back, and they are showing it right now. Unfortunately, is it going to be too little too late? We'll have to see here. They may not get another chance.
Pizza going to the air. I thought he was just going to let it die on the ground. That ball is going to hit the ground, though. Pizza beautifully, wasting time on that one. But, man, this Inferno team as a whole just felt super clinical. Their defense was impeccable. But honestly, once again, I felt like they were just capitalizing on Venganza's mistakes. Venganza had the offense there, Mallow. Just not enough to push it through. With Inferno scoring 4 goals on 5 shots, it's hard to beat that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the whole that's quality over quantity there, Flip. And Venganza's kind of been on the other side of that with the 12 shots, but only 3 goals. 7 saves by Inferno there, including that ridiculous sequence with Tashega trying to get that ball to squeeze in there, and that Inferno team said, nuh-uh, you guys can try and bully us, you guys can try and demo us, it's not going to happen, we're not going to allow it. And that's exactly what they did there. And that defense, that's going to be, I think, the key in this next game for Inferno. If they can keep that up and keep the potentially get them to match point, Inferno, that's what they need to do. Keep that defense up, keep that quality shot put out, and keep this Venganza team at bay.
Yeah, Venganza. They won game one. It was pretty solid performance all around, but ever since then, Inferno just kind of kicked it up a gear. A good cheat there, but
Uh-oh.
Pizza able to get the flick. Rockiers with the fake on Grandior. Thank you, Smooth. I appreciate you making him change his name, as Brandon's touch was straight down, but Pizza had that one read. Rockiers, that ball pops up high. Tashega's already there, though. He had to be, because that ball was so dangerous. JP off the ground, and a great touch there from Brandon. But Grandior's touch isn't a good one, as Brandon's able to get back to it with a little help, but still able to make the save was JP. Rockiers to the back wall. Pizza was already there. He read that he was going for the back wall touch. Went there preemptively. As Brandon now is going to look for Tashega downfield. Tashega gets met at the midfield by Grandior. As Pizza now with the cut in. A high pop. Rockiers had that one read. Still, Inferno making plays. A good shot there from Brandon. And he's been the one trying to create things, at least so far here in this game number 4. But Inferno still shutting everything down right now, Mallow, and still looking for opportunities of their own, but neither team has found a way through quite yet here in this game 4.
And they haven't, but Venganza doing the volume shooting once again, already at 5 shots here, but 5 saves by the Inferno team, and that's that defense I was just referencing, where they need to keep that up, because that's going to be their biggest test, is going to be that defense, and those demos coming in from Venganza. Now they just need to figure out the offense, figure out that offensive pressure, and we'll see what they are made of here. If they can try and get past... Oh, what a pinch there. Oh, my goodness. By, I think Grandior actually hit that last. I'm not sure. But at any rate, yeah, this Inferno team, they need to figure out how to get some offensive pressure and not just rely on that defense. Maybe some counter attacks or something. But, yeah, Inferno right now, they need to figure out some offense.
Still, as long as the game is tied 0-0, you can't worry that much. But another open opportunity there for Venganza. Just kind of not being capitalized on. Felt like another mistake coming out from Inferno, but still. Now Rockiers trying to make a mistake happen. That ball gets past one, but Pizza still holding strong to shake it out. Pops on one up high. Can he get a follow-up? No, doesn't have the boost, as JP is already there as well. Rockiers taking his time. Gets a good 50. Tashega gonna collect that boost and turn on it. Already off the ceiling. Gets past Pizza. Gets past another. Brandon looking to put that ball back midfield, but Pizza's still there, waiting for the clear. And once again, Inferno. You give Venganza a shot, but Inferno is there on the defensive end. Specifically Pizza. He has been kind of all over the place, although all of them have at least 2 saves already, so looking like a whole defensive effort here from Inferno. Can they hold on much longer? Brandon's touch didn't come through, but that could have been another good opportunity. But Pizza's again able to get it past Tashega and get that clear. JP now looking for a pass mid. He drops it softly to Pizza. Rockiers couldn't get the touch. Grandior shot. Not going to go through.
Oh.
Cleared all the way downfield. Not on target, but still super dangerous for a counter. Pizza gets the beat though. Tashega's there. That touch not a great one. Grandior's able to clear it all the way down. Pizza waiting on the back end, but only one there is going to be Rockiers collecting that ball. Staying on it, trying to get another 50, get it past another, just Pizza to beat, that ball 50, Brandon shot high, can't get the follow-up, finally Tashega's there for the shot, but still, Inferno holds strong, Mallow, and they do not seem to be breaking anytime soon. That one almost gets through, still not enough. Pizza with a save, Tashega looking for a pass mid, Brandon, Rockiers, Tashega, doesn't matter, nobody can get through Pizza and this Inferno defense.
Oh my goodness, this is insane. Everyone has a Savior medal on Inferno now. And this offense by Venganza is ridiculous, but really the defense from Inferno I think is just as ridiculous. But right now, who's going to score? Are we going to go to overtime with no score? Or is someone finally going to break through here with about 30 seconds remaining?
We will not have to cast any other games. This one's going all night long. Nobody is scoring this one, so yeah, buckle in, because this might be a long overtime. in our future. Or it could be Tashega scoring this one right there. No, JP with his 5th save of the game, going for a double savior medal. Not happening quite yet though, as Grandior puts that one to the corner. Can't get the double. Pizza's already there. Looking to control it. Doesn't get the landing. He's looking for Tashega now. Trying to get the counter. JP already shutting that down. Brandon taking that one. Going for a reset. Pizza passing it over to Tashega. Could have been dangerous, but the ball hits the floor, and we have overtime for the first time in this series. The series has been close, Mallow, but these games, finally, we've reached an overtime, and both these teams, they need to find a way to score, or we will be here all night.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we were looking at, I was looking at both of these teams, and I was afraid getting the overtime start may have actually hurt one of the teams, you know, resetting, because sometimes, you know, you get those overtime kickoffs, and then it can also change the momentum in the series, too. So, you know, fortunate that wasn't the case here, but hold up, Inferno on the offense. One of the very few times I think I've recall seeing them on the offense here. But, you know, they do have 7 shots, so they've been doing some shots somewhere. But right now, in the middle, Inferno going for it. Pizza getting bumped off. Tashega with the save. JP going for it. Oh, man. Back and forth here. Back and forth, Flip.
Like you said, but they, at the same time, nobody's given an inch, and it just seems like these teams do not want to lose this game. It is a crucial one. Are they tying the series? Is somebody going to match point?
Oh!
Rockiers! Tashega back!
Oh, no!
Brandon isn't there! And this ball does not want to go in. Venganza does not want to score, it feels like. Rockiers touch, goes down to Tashega. Rockiers pitch, doesn't go in. Grandior with the epic save. Grandior now looking for the clear. Brandon popping that one. Looking for Rockiers, but it's just Pizza there with the long clear. Minute and a half in, and it feels like longer. Pizza's touch going across net. Tashega gonna leave that one as JP is continuing to stay on that ball. Grandior gonna hit it high, trying to follow it, but it's gonna be Pizza there instead, as that ball's still floating. Tashega, no boost to work with. Rockiers doesn't have any either. Still, it's a good 50. Grandior to the sidewall. Grandior with a nice touch off the sidewall to Pizza, but again, not much starting here, but finally Brandon breaking through. JP not back in time for that one, and Brandon with his 7th shot of the game, finally finding the back of the net.
Oh man, Pizza unable to get that touch there. Brandon with that quick turnaround there. Great job by Brandon there, recognizing that he has an opportunity for at least a 50. But it was more than that. It was a goal, because Brandon able to get that over the last man there, and finally a score. 16 shots by Venganza here, and the only goal in the game, Flip. The only goal in the game with 16 shots on Venganza, 8 shots from Inferno, and only 1 goal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I should applaud the defense or say, guys, let's get in this training packs. Let's do some shooting training packs. I'm not sure. But I saw a lot of good defense. But at the same time, Mallow, it did feel like Venganza were just kind of popping shots out. It felt like there was more build-up play coming out from Inferno. But both these teams' defenses did step up, and that's kind of what's important. You know, they're keeping the ball out of the back of the net, and they were able to do it for 7 whole minutes. But still, the one to crack were Inferno. Now, I want to see Inferno kind of ramp up the heat a little bit, turn on the offense. We saw them do it before. Grandior going to do it early here. Mwah! Magnifique, perfect top right placement there, getting us started early here in just 4 seconds.
And see, that type of goal right there is exactly what I was afraid of happening for the overtime last time. But, you know, luckily we didn't see that. We saw that excellent ending there. But Inferno here starting off with a goal early in this one. And you got to wonder if Venganza will be able to answer quickly, or if it's going to be a long game 5 for the Venganza team. But you know what it also means, Flip? We're guaranteed Forbidden Temple.
Forbidden Temple, my favorite map, a lot of people's favorite map, at least whenever it comes to Nemesis. As some crazy things going to happen there. But we are tied 2-2 in the series. Venganza have been able to bounce back. JP trying to get another goal here with a flip reset. No boost to work with, but still being dangerous. His pizza now flicks that one high. Brandon had to pre-jump it. These teams, they've learned each other. They've already spent 4 games learning each other. Rockiers trying to show them something they haven't seen quite yet, but still not able to make contact on that one as Brandon with a good touch, but JP's touch goes out mid. Grandior up in the air, looking for the shot, but that shot not going to be on target. Pizza going in early and often. That man just diving in whenever he sees the opportunity. JP not going to get a shot there. Grandior shot blocked by Rockiers. The defense from from Venganza has stepped up a little bit. Inferno now looking to score, bring that goal lead to 2. Pizza elected to not go for that one, waiting for Teshega's touches. A minute 30 has gone by. Not much action since that early goal. It's been all Inferno though. Venganza hasn't had any shooting opportunities quite yet. Grandior looking to put that ball high for his teammate JP, getting the dunk, but Teshega able to back up his teammate Rockiers, and that is a game-saving goal. Really swings the momentum here as that ball also gets long cleared all the way downfield. Pizza's touch gonna get followed by Grandior. Could be a counterattack immediately. Grandior's touch off the backboard, but Brandon long clear. Other way is Rockiers. Rockiers, can he get the pinch? No, but Pizza waiting patiently, keeping that ball alive. Teshega now popping that ball off the backboard. No boost here from JP. Grandior wasting and waiting. Still no goal yet for Venganza. Inferno still looking to find that second goal here. Brandon's touch gonna get followed up by Teshega, who is gonna get dunked by Grandior, and that man is all over the place here. And that's his second goal this game.
Yeah, it was a good attempt there by Teshega and Brandon to send that out, but I tell you what, I don't know if you saw it earlier, Flip. Brandon broke a Rule 1, or almost a full Rule 1. I'm pretty sure it was considered a Rule 1 at that point, but Brandon broke a Rule 1 with JP early on, and that might have been the consequential goal for it, because yeah, I don't know what kind of voodoo it is with breaking Rule 1s, but I see that a lot.
You don't do it. That's just you just don't do it, Mallow. And honestly, would not be surprised if the series is over at this point. You know, but you said 4-2 for Inferno, and after that Rule 1 break, I might have to agree with you. That is just it's a disgrace to the game, and that's not what we like to see here in the Nemesis Gaming League. But on a real note, Brandon just trying to do his best to stay alive. He has been kind of the biggest difference maker for his team, and he's gonna get a great pass there. That ball just off the crossbar. He's gonna leave it, but his teammates weren't there. Brandon still with plenty of boost, little time as well. Grandior with the save. Rockier shot off the mark. That ball could have gone in 3 separate times, it feels like, but still Inferno holds on. Venganza, the back of the net is literally a curse for them. They are just not able to reach it as Rockiers trying to find a way through. Off the ceiling, can he get there? Pizza with the clear. JP is touched to be controlled, but that's just going to be a clear for Teshega as Brandon now able to get that touch to the sidewall. Trying to find a pass mid. No, he's going to go for the backboard instead. As that ball still just getting cleared to the corners every touch, it feels like here from Inferno, and that's just more time wasted as well. JP with a little control though. Pizza gonna get this counterattack started. Grandior gonna get beat out. Rockiers gonna try to find Teshega in the midfield. Teshega is there for the shot. JP right where Teshega placed it, and that man saving Inferno once again. However, there's still 40 seconds remaining. Venganza have turned up the heat a little bit. Brandon's touch to the corner. Brandon, now he's going to be looking, maybe a solo play here. Teshega couldn't get there. Brandon gets the dunk, keeps that ball in play, but Grandior, who's been all over the place this game, gets saved out by JP. JP looking for the 50 on Teshega. Goes to the opposite end. More time wasted. He's literally playing keep away. Now he has the reset. He leaves it for Grandior. Grandior with the hat trick. And this game belongs to Inferno.
Yeah, that's pretty much match point. That's definitely the dagger there. Grandior with the with that beautiful hat trick. You love getting those. And if you're Venganza here, Flip, I would think you would want to take that timeout at the end of this game.
Looking like a good idea. 3-0 is definitely not the game we were looking for here in Game 5. However, they still do have another game, Game 6, right around the corner. But man, this was a great showing here for Inferno. Really, Grandior stepped up this game for sure. Teshega not going to let them get 4-0 quite yet. Pizza looking to do it either way. Tashega blocking him out once again. This game is over, however. Looking to drop the ball is Inferno. Pizza able to do just that. Inferno go up in the series 3-2, Mallow. And what else could you hope for? But Forbidden Temple here. Venganza, they kind of need a miracle because right now, Inferno, they look unstoppable.
Yeah, they really do. Once they started, once they got going on game two, it's been tough for Venganza, but it's Titan League. It's not over with yet. We'll see if they decide to call the timeout. Sometimes it's too late to. But in this case, I think you would want to either way to try and slow down that momentum that Inferno has. And looking at this, it's just Venganza needs to try something out. I don't know what it is, but their offense is just not there. Like it's not fully there. When I say like they have the pressure, right? They have the shots, but they're not getting it in. So getting it into the goal, like you said, the back of that net, there must be a brick wall on that thing for them because it's just not going in.
Yeah, and I do think they are taking that time out. So will be a minute. And honestly, it has been the shooting for Venganza. I don't know if it's a mental thing, but I've seen Rockiers hit the post more than I've hit the post in my entire career. This man cannot score to save his life. It has been Brandon trying to make plays happen, but that man's shooting percentage is worse than my IQ. Like, that man is in the gutter, and it is kind of bad here. Venganza, I'm just saying, they need to start shooting better. Literally, that is the only difference. They have the passes. They honestly have the bumps and the demos. They get boost steals as well. The Inferno's been at 0 boost a good amount of the times. They're still making excellent saves. It doesn't matter. And just unbelievable how Venganza has not, at least been able to get a better shooting percentage. They shot what was that, 1 for 16 that one game. That last game they had 0 goals. So their shooting percentage was 0%. Mallow, it is just not a good look if you are Venganza.
Yeah, it is, and but the thing is though, this is Titan League. Also, I don't even think Venganza has all their players.
Huh.
So I'm not sure why everyone's joining yet, but the timeout is definitely over. Um, so, geez. All right, here he comes. I probably reset. I think Rockiers was having some internet issues or something. But anyway, we're all back now. We're ready. We're starting this game 6, Forbidden Temple, and oh, what a save by Pizza! Rockiers almost able to sneak that one by.
Almost able to do it again. Tashega, you gotta put that one away. A little bit of help never hurt nobody. But Tashega finally gonna get that one through. Rockiers hit the post again. Tashega, he actually hit the crossbar here. This ball was not going in. But Grandior helps him out a little bit. I guess Inferno still the only team that's really able to score here, Mello. But Venganza, they'll take the goal. They'll take the lead. And it only took them 10 seconds as well, which is always a good feeling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And if you're a Venganza fan, that's what you wanted to see there. An early goal, try to make a statement after that timeout as a potential second goal was about to come through there. I think we saw like a double commit at least by Inferno. And that's what they're going to have to be careful on here on their defense going forward is the potential double commits because Venganza will eventually take advantage of that.
Yeah, as long as they're able to put the ball on target, there will be opportunities for them to score. But same goes for Inferno, though, as now their offense starting to kick it into gear. But Pizza going to look to get the clear on that one, and he's going to go straight to Rockiers, who bangs that ball high as JP has to race up into the sky for that one. A good 50, though. Down to JP again. Trying to get the follow-up. No touch there. It's going to go after Grandior, though. That ball low but blocked. JP racing back to it once again. Brandon backed away. JP saw that. And there's just the chess mind games that you play on every challenge, it feels like, from both of these teams. That's just what Titan League is all about. These guys know what they're doing. That ball does go just high. Pizza to the sidewall. JP trying to follow. Pizza doesn't get the touch either. Grandior says, okay, fine, I'll take it, guys. Nobody from Venganza is challenging at all. JP just playing keep away from him. As now he's going to go for another 50 towards the midfield. Grandior letting that ball go by him as Pizza with a nice touch. Pizza with a kind of open net. And a mind game fake. Tashega thought he had the touch, but instead that ball is just going to float in the back of the Venganza net.
Yeah, Pizza went up for it. He knew he didn't have the boost. He was just faking the defender there, and that's exactly what happened there. Tashega got faked out by that non-boost jump, and Inferno able to get back into this one. And you know that you were talking about the mind games and stuff. There's one right there, and in Titan League for sure, you need more than. Oh
no.
My goodness, no way! You need more than just some good passing plays and demos. You definitely need that mind game, mind control, if you will, almost. I guess not mind control, but mind games here, because you're not going to win just on boom ball or a little bit of a passing play here or there.
Yeah, that's not the goals you really come by in Titan League. Now, as long as the Postal Service doesn't continue to shut out Venganza, they had another great opportunity with Brandon. Now Tashega looking for another one. That ball gonna get left for Rockiers, who has a flip reset. JP with the clear though, 1v1.
Uh-oh.
No boost, with really not a lot of boost either. A great 50, finally, the post in favor of Venganza. Pizza still able to put it away. No matter what, that man will find the back of the net.
That was very, very good attempt there by Brandon, but way to use that post to help you out. But unfortunately, Inferno, they just can't say no to a goal. It just goes in no matter what they want to do with the ball. So Inferno getting that lead back, but not for long, as Brandon scores here and ties it right back up. And if you're a Venganza fan, that's what you want to see here. Quick answer to losing the lead.
Yeah, I saw Pizza jumping at Ghosts as Rockiers blew right past him, and thankfully Brandon was the one shooting. Because if that was Tashega or Rockiers, I'm pretty sure that ball is hitting the crossbar and going out. But in the end, still able to tie it up 2-2. Venganza, they're holding on strong, and that is what matters. As now that ball long cleared down. Brandon with a good pass over to Rockiers. Rockiers just clears that ball downfield, and not the touch you're really looking for. Tashega buying his time, buying his teammates some time as well to grab boost. One does get demoed to the back end. Rockiers touch does get followed up by Grandior, but what a dunk from Rockiers. Rockiers now trying to find that midfield pass, not going to get through Pizza, who spawned on the correct side. Tashega to get 50, but Pizza in the air. Pizza to the backboard, but Rockiers with a good pre-jump had to get over the bump and save the ball at the same time, and able to do that beautifully. Is a good clear there from Brandon. JP up in the air, goes for the low 50, not able to win it. Grandior, once again, these 50s are so favorable here for Inferno. Rockiers just has to dive in. As again, JP on the ball. Not a lot of boost here from Tashega. That ball, super awkward, but just not enough faith on the side of Inferno as the counterattack starts to ensue. But it's JP getting a long clear. Rockiers putting it over him. No, JP able to get the dunk. JP racing straight for Brandon. Pizza looking for the shot. Grandier's going to be there for the follow-up. Rockiers there in time. Fake on one, fake on two. JP with the cut. JP with the flick. Pizza committing on that one, could have been dangerous. A good touch though. Buys his team some time. Rockiers is able to get it past. Pizza already down back in nets. Once again, these guys rotate just so quickly. As JP gets a high touch. Brandon tries to follow. JP looking for a pass mid. It's going to be met by Rockiers to the corner. Rockiers not going to get there in time. Brandon tries to get a beat. That ball bouncing dangerously. Tashega to the corner, and this ball going to hit the ground, but it's not overtime.
What?
The shot? Going to get saved. A chance that should not have been granted, in my opinion. Given we have overtime once again.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't believe that was actually up still, but here we are. Overtime. Match point. Does Venganza score here to keep their hopes alive, or does Inferno wrap this series up and go to the grand finals?
Last overtime, it was a 2-minute overtime, and Venganza were the ones to come out on top. Tashega tried to do it right there. not able to get it through. Now Brandon from Rockiers, but that touch goes wide. Tashega looking for a midfield pass. Pizza with a good 50. That one goes high. Brandon does not get the read, and Pizza bangs that one downfield. Tashega had to race back for it. Not a lot of boost to work with as that ball goes off the corner. Rockiers getting the long clear. Both Pizza and Grandior are up. Pizza takes it from him. Pizza with a good 50 on Brandon. As Tashega tries to follow up, that ball bounces high. JP, first one there, taking his time, going for the double to the corner. Rockiers is already there. Off the back wall, Brandon. I think he was going for a demo because he was not in position for that pass. As Tashega's touch gets met by Grandior in the air. Grandior looking for another one. He gets it as that ball from JP was pre-jumped as Pizza puts that one back towards the midfield once again. Now it's Venganza's turn on offense. No, Grandior shuts that down immediately. Zero boost, he doesn't care. He's still going for the ball, but Tashega gets it over one, leaves it for his teammate, but the one that's going to get it is JP on the sidewall. Gets a flip reset, looking for a pass. Pizza got bumped. A good 50 there from JP, but a long clear and an overcommit. And Brandon's going to put that one away. And guess what? We got Game 7 Mallow here in our first semifinal in Season 11 of Nemesis.
Oh my goodness! And you know, we can look at and try and predict series scores all the time, but you never know, especially in the Titan League here. It's back and forth. It is literally overtime goals that are getting in here, and Rockiers, the playmaker, getting 3 assists, and oh my goodness, 18 shots. That's been the story with Venganza, is the number of shots here, and if that's what you need to get into this and stay in this, then hey, who's to say that shouldn't be what they're doing? And Venganza here, still keeping their playoff hopes alive, still keeping the back-to-back alive, back-to-back chip as they won last season. And Inferno, the question is, do you try and take a timeout here, or do you just let it roll?
You gotta let it roll at this point, in my opinion. You know, that was a good game from both teams. There was, 12 saves in total on the side of Inferno. So they played solid defense, and that's the game that they want to play. But in the end, they just weren't able to find those goals that they were in the other games. I will say, though, Inferno have looked more consistent. There haven't been any blowouts on them, aside from that game 1, which was a 1-goal game until literally 0 seconds. So they have always stuck in there. They have always played it close. However, Venganza's been a little bit more volatile. As now Rockiers trying to get them started early. That man has been the defensive rock and kind of the facilitator for this team so far. That's Tashega trying to make the play happen here. Goes for the touch off the corner. He's able to get that ball cleared. That ball to Rockiers. That one off the corner. Brandon's looking for the touch, but it's going to be Grandior cutting that one off. Tashega's touch goes high. Looking for a pass mid. He's going to lead that now for Rockiers, who hits it to the corner. Gets another one. Gets a double touch. That ball does get cleared by Pizza, but a double commit on the side of Venganza is going to allow them to continue this pressure. JP with a long clear. Rockiers puts it high. Pizza's already there. Pizza going for the double. Gets it. That ball bounces mid. Brandon was able to get to it in time. That ball could have been dangerous, but a minute in, both these teams don't seem to be over-aggressing too much. They both are looking for their chances to strike, but neither one has found that opportunity quite yet. Mallow, this stalemate must be broken by somebody. JP could do it right here. That ball gonna get met by another Venganza player, though, as it's Inferno's turn to take the offensive role. That ball bouncing mid, but a good demo from Rockiers. And right now, Mallow, it's both these guys are going back and forth, but nobody really taking full control. Who do you think is going to be able to do that? Could it be Rockiers right here with a pass from Tashega?
Oh my, no. My
You're going to
goodness.
remember that one. Who's that, Pizza? Oh, buddy, you're not living that one down for a little bit. That's a bad backflip in Game 7, and Venganza strike first.
Phil's backflip, man, unfortunate. And, you know, before that, I know you were going to toss it to me there, Flip, and I was going to say that someone's going to have to try and make a move somewhere here because they were being extremely passive on both sides of the ball. Oh, what a demo there by Tashega. But they were both being extremely passive. Now, if you're Inferno, you don't panic yet, but you're going to start thinking about what you need to do here to ensure that this Venganza team doesn't try to run away with this.
That one could have been another goal there. Rockiers didn't get the read. Still, Shigo almost had the follow-up shot. Brandon going for the 50, not going to happen there. Now JP with the long clear, that's over Rockiers' head! And the game is tied, Mello. You can't count out this Inferno team at all.
Oh no, the Rockiers was just a little bit too far as third man, and JP saw that and sent that ball flying past Rockiers, and now we're tied up with 241.
241. Mallow, I'm not sure what's going to happen here, but either one of these teams, I said it in the beginning, I said whoever wins this series is going to be my pick to win Titan. And it's looking like it once again. These teams have just been neck and neck. A great demo on the back end. Although Pizza shot does almost go over the head of Tashega. Does get saved, however. JP last man back, pops that ball up high. Tashega gonna leave it for Brandon, who passes it to Rockiers, who pops that ball up for Tashega to the backboard. Pizza's gonna have the read. No, it's gonna be JP with the clear. Rockiers gets dunked by Pizza, however, as JP to the sidewall. JP looking for a teammate. Pizza looking for the demo. Pizza looking for the shot. Brandon with the squishy save, able to react to that. And I'm not quite sure how. JP does get a demo, relieving a little pressure. Tashega pops that ball for Rockiers. JP does get the clear though. Brandon, no boost to work with. He still commits. Brandon now looking for a pass mid. A great demo from Rockiers, but he does block off Brandon's pass. As Tashega now with a fake on one. Tries to get it around another. He does. Rockiers, can you put it away? No! Pizza gets the save with the help from the post once again. Tashega puts that ball up high. Brandon with the flip reset does get the touch, but not much coming out of it. Pizza able to get the long clear. Nobody's downfield except for Rockiers, though. He does grab the 100 boost. Gets it past one. No, Pizza shuts him down beautifully. Tashega isn't a great one. And that ball is bouncing mid. Pizza gets blocked out by Tashega. There's a minute left. That ball bouncing weirdly. Nobody wants to give up this next goal. It could be the goal of the series. But somebody wants to be the hero, and it's going to be Rockiers with a long clear.
Rockiers making up for that mistake he had earlier in this game. Nice. I thought it was a pinch there for a second, but it wasn't. And oh man, if you're Inferno, I wouldn't say you want to panic just yet. You got a little bit of time, but you don't have a lot of time here. Inferno, they need to answer quickly.
You might want to panic whenever you see Rockiers in the air like that, though. That ball still bouncing dangerously. That's not a great touch from Tashega. Counter opportunities here. Pizza gets caught on the wall. JP off the backboard. A great bump. Tashega with the save. Saving that goal. That ball was in for sure. But Pizza still keeping this ball alive. Venganza holding on strong. Rockiers double commit with Tashega. JP doesn't have a lot of boost. Goes for the shot. Brandon with the save. Oh, the dunk doesn't come through. Grandior, only one with boost. Some bumps, but Rockiers still makes the save. That ball bounces high. Rockiers with no boost. Brandon gonna take some control. Buy a little time. Get that popped up. Pizza on the sidewall. Going for a pass, but nobody's there. Tashega to the sidewall now. JP looking for a pass. Grandior there for the shot. That shot gonna go wide. Grandior does get the dunk. Tashega to the sidewall. That ball is gonna bounce. That ball, not a great touch. It's going mid. It's falling, and Pizza couldn't keep it alive. Venganza win the series in 7.
Holy cow! What a series! Oh my goodness! Wow, Venganza coming back there. Their championship hopes are still alive for that back-to-back. Going to the grand finals here. Who will they face? We don't know yet because that's going to be at a later time. It's definitely not going to be the night. But Flip, what a series, and Venganza. Whew, take a breather.
Man, that game was crazy. Venganza, you deserved that one. You swept Spartans in the last game y'all played, which we'll call the quarterfinals, even though it was only the top 6. But then you faced the number 1 seed in Inferno, and the playoff boy himself, Rockiers, in that game 7. Stepped up beautifully. That's what you wanted to see. He was getting bumped on the goal line. It didn't matter to him. He was getting that ball saved no matter what. And that's what happened. He got that game-winning goal as well. Great standout performance from him. On the other side, Pizza, man, gotta give it up to him. That man averaged probably 5 saves a game and probably 2 goals a game while he was at it. That man was on fire. JP as well. Grandior played well. That game was top notch on every single end. At the end of the day, Venganza came out. They were the better team on the night. But Mallow, that game right there could have been the final. That was probably one of the best Titan games I've ever watched. But sadly, we do have to move on. I can bask in the glory of that game all I want, but we are moving on. We have more games, and coming right up for you guys, we have Distortion versus Blaze. We're going down to the rival league, but this game as well is going to be two of the best, and you're definitely not going to want to miss it.